10 teams had the unfortunate start of 0-2. When did they win a game? We'll tell you that next here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins. And we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers. Those of you who never miss a single episode, we appreciate you all being here very, very much. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app.
Joe, happy Tuesday. Happy day after your Uncle Dan's birthday.
Ah, yes. We had a big celebration.
Did you get pasantes?
No, he wanted crab cakes.
That we're talking about Dan Marino for those not, because Joe's last name is Marino.
I know, yeah.
Just you never know.
I know.
People might not get it. There's 10 teams that have not gotten a win. Well, they didn't get the joke because they didn't hear it, but they also don't have a win through 2 weeks. And it's our objective here on the show to look at these 10 0-2 football teams and identify there's the spot. There's the first win on the schedule for each one of these teams. And Joe, you've formally filed a request to start with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Floor's yours.
Well, I had this queued up before you
queued it up.
You prompted me to get into the Chiefs. So this is going to sound like I'm being petty here, but I wanted to bring this number up regardless. And it's since 2020, right? That's when the playoff field expanded to 7 teams, right, from each side. You've had 14 out of 42 teams that have started 0-2.
What's the math there?
Went on to go to the postseason. It's 12%. Yeah, 12% shot. Yeah.
Okay, so realistically, of all the teams we're talking about, one team is going to make the playoffs.
Probably. And it could be the one we're talking about first, which is the Kansas City Chiefs, who have won the AFC, of course, the last 3 years.
Right. The concern here is the schedule, your first place schedule, right?
But not the immediate schedule.
Not in week 3. I think they get their first win this week in week 3.
Right.
Because they play at New York against the Giants.
Yes.
Now, that offensive line, I know Kansas City's defense and pressure first 2 weeks hasn't been super consistent. Just what the doctor ordered here. Evan Neal and Andrew Thomas didn't even dress last week for the Giants. They gave up, was it 40 to the Cowboys in overtime?
Yeah.
If you don't score points in this one, I don't know what to tell you. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to run the ball against the Giants front, but you don't run the ball anyway. So go get your matchups in the passing game and let Pat do Pat stuff.
Fully expect them to win this game. It's on the road. It's Sunday Night Football. I think they handle this one. I think Spags can probably frustrate Russ Wilson in a lot of ways. You'd think.
Familiar with the time in Denver, right? Is that little extra familiarity. Let me ask this. What's their record at the bye? Week 10 bye.
Well, they got some tough ones. They get Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, Buffalo.
That's all before the bye, by the way.
Yeah,
and then they're at Denver out of the bye.
Yeah.
2-0 Colts. Houston, Chargers again. Broncos again.
I think they beat the Raiders. I think they probably win in Jacksonville. I think they win against the Giants. So I think they have at least 3 wins there. And then between Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, and Buffalo, can they go 2-2?
I think the Washington one at home is helpful. I think they'll get that one. I think they'll lose to Baltimore. I think they'll lose to Buffalo. So really, it's the Detroit one for me is the unsettling one. It's like that's the one you got to get at home, I think.
They can. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt there. They beat Detroit, Washington, Vegas, Jacksonville, and the Giants.
So 5-4.
5-4 going into the bye.
They're in good shape.
I think they'll be okay.
They'll get 10. Our next 0-2 football team. You want to do the AFC South?
Sure.
Houston Texans?
0-2 Texans. What does CJ Stroud say? Now everyone's going to be talking about how bad we are. That's not what you should be thinking about, CJ.
Well, they got 2 winnable games here on the schedule next 2 weeks.
Their next in Jacksonville. Do you feel like there's a team that you know less about than the Jaguars? Aren't they kind of tough to figure out? Browning comes in, throws 3 picks. They can't beat the Bengals.
It's alarming, yeah. And they beat Carolina, who
have played 1 good quarter out of 8 this year. Look horrible for 7 out of 8 quarters.
What I feel better about is the matchup with Jacksonville. You look at Houston's offensive line and ask yourselves, do they have the pieces to really capitalize? And then how do you feel about the Jacksonville offense with Brian Thomas struggling to get going and Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen's system first 2 weeks going against the Houston defense, which held Tampa Bay to 14 points before the final 2 minutes?
Houston can play defense for sure.
I'm picking Houston to beat Jacksonville off the defense in and of itself.
I think you're probably correct, but if they stumble, which I don't think is out of the question, they're going to beat Tennessee in week 4 in Houston. I feel good about that.
So 3 or 4. I'm saying week 3. Choose your fighter. Week 3 or 4.
Nobody's pushed to play on this podcast for us to not give opinions, right? 3 or 4. I'm gonna go with week 4. I think they fall to 0-3. Yeah.
So what was my Houston hot take? That they would get all the way to week 18 before they had a over 500 record?
Oh boy, you're well on your way.
You're kind of buying on that, huh?
Yeah, as we've played a couple of games, I'm kind of buying that. Yeah.
Because if you have them winning first game in week 4, they play in Baltimore week 5.
Yeah.
It's not great.
No. That's a fun matchup, but in Baltimore, based on the way these teams are playing.
Yeah.
I am curious to see Houston's defense against Baltimore. But
it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Let's do the Titans and finish, because you just picked them to not beat a current other winless team in Houston. Tennessee has the Colts, the Texans, the Cardinals, the Raiders.
Those are all 3 on a row, right? So Houston, Arizona, Vegas on the road.
Yeah. And then they're back home against the Patriots in Indianapolis, and then the Chargers before their week 10 bye. We're gonna have to play spoiler for somebody here, right?
That's think. I mean, if Vegas plays like they did last night, which is more of what I expected, although the run defense is surprisingly looking pretty good.
Right.
Didn't have that on my list of expectations. I think there's winnable games at Arizona, at Vegas, and at home against New England. I think that's your opportunity somewhere in there. They get one.
I think the bummer and the buzzkill is for the Raiders game. That's the second consecutive West Coast game, with both of those being travel out there. That always kind of complicates when you have back-to-back. And even if you stay out there, does that help you being away that long?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to pick him to do the Cardinals.
Really? You think you like Cam Ward against that defense? It looks pretty strong in Arizona.
I like your ability to match the trenches against Arizona on both sides of the ball. Particularly Jeffrey Simmons, Tavondre Sweat didn't play in week 2. We're going to have to play spoiler for somebody.
Yeah. I'll go Raiders in week 6.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, 3 down.
That was 3 teams?
We got 3 down. We'll get to more here on the other side of it, including the rest of the AFC, where we got the Browns, the Dolphins, the Jets. So, folks, be sure to stick with us. Mazda crafts cars for those who do more than simply move. From footwork to breath work, athletes sweat all the details. And Mazda brings this same intention to how they craft every model. You can feel Japanese craftsmanship in every detail, from the metallic accents to available Napa leather upholstery. You can make everyday drives feel like anything but, from smooth handling to intuitive controls. There's also all-wheel drive that is standard in every crossover SUV, so you can drive with confidence through almost any season. Like our players, Mazda sweats every detail, because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does all the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes so you can see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Monarch makes it simple to review your finances with your partner. You can both see budgets, goals, and spending activity in one place. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONNFL.
I guess you set the stage. We need to finish the AFC.
Yeah.
Go with the Cleveland Browns next, the only winless team in the AFC North.
Also explain this run defense to me.
Can't.
The Raiders and the Browns are the 2 best run defenses in the league through 2 weeks right now.
Can't explain it. We'll find out, because they got the Packers and Lions the next 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't see wins coming, Kyle Crabbs. I don't see them.
International against Minnesota.
Yeah, what are we doing with Minnesota now? Huh? Carson Wentz taking over?
They have enough talent where I'd still probably pick Minnesota, but that just becomes a big time wild card team, right? Like you might not know what you're going to get at any point.
Well, and is Flacco against Flores' defense good or bad? You know, like a guy that's seen every blitz imaginable,
right,
or the guy that can't really move?
Beyond Minnesota, which is international, at Pittsburgh, don't love it.
No, I don't really love Pittsburgh, but
you get the Dolphins at home.
Could be Anthony
Mike
Weaver
McDaniel still the head coach of the team.
I don't know about that, Kyle.
And then they're at New England, bye week, and then in New York against the Jets before their next matchup with Baltimore.
Boy, I think they could beat the Jets. I'm low on the Jets. If you haven't, I just can't.
I could tell.
So I don't think it goes beyond week 10. Could they pull off that Minnesota game?
If they're going to play defense the way that they have, and I know Baltimore scored 41, but like punt block, interception, return inside the 10-yard line, fumble return for a touchdown, right? It was closer than the score indicated. And that Browns fan that got mad about sustainability in week 1, here you go. Here's your flowers.
Yeah, here it is.
There's your flowers. If you're going to play like that on defense, tell me why Joe Flacco can't cut up a Dolphins secondary that's got all the open air in the world and negates the pass rush. And if the Browns play good defense against the run and force Miami to be one-dimensional, they're at home.
Yeah, I certainly see that as a win, especially they're coming on their first game back from is Pittsburgh. Yeah, I can see that as a win. I'm not overlooking Minnesota, man.
You really want to say Minnesota? Would Carson Wentz or the way J.J. McCarthy's played for 7 of his 8 quarters this year be worse for Minnesota?
I don't know. We're gonna find. At least he'll get two games in before that one. Carson Wentz will. I mean,
I'm going to say week 7 against Miami.
Okay, I'll align with you. I'll align with you on that.
No, okay. Trust the coach, right? Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah,
They'll figure
trust
it
the
out.
coach. He's winning games with whatever quarterback.
Okay, so I am marking these on playoff.
I would actually be willing to. This is a stat that I'm making up. I'd be willing to bet that if Kevin O'Connell wins a game with Carson Wentz, that he will have some type of record for over a 3-year stretch of most wins with a different starting quarterback.
It'd be fun to look up.
Yeah. I think it's unofficially a true stat. So somebody let me know.
Yeah, get NFL research on it. Which you've dumped on the Jets now, so we should do the Jets next.
I don't see a win coming.
Because that settles Miami because they play in Miami week 4.
Oh boy. That's gonna happen, huh? Dolphins, Jets, Monday Night Football. So
if you want to see the Dolphins win a game, here's the recipe. Get smoked on Thursday against Buffalo. Fire Mike McDaniel. Get the 1-game fired head coach bump with extra rest at home to play the Jets.
Yeah, you kill the Jets. If that happens, you can kill the Jets.
That's the recipe.
I sort of think that happens. I think that's what happens with Miami. I don't think they beat the Bills on Thursday night. Spoiler for all the content that's coming this week.
Yeah.
If
so
they
the extra rest, it's in Miami. There's a chance they fire the coach and get the coach bump.
Yeah.
All of that I think would stack. It would be too much.
And it might not matter. I think it would help if they were to fire McDaniel, but they might be able to handle that game. One caveat: if Tyrod Taylor starts, I think they got a chance to win games. It's Justin Fields, man.
So you don't think Jets can't beat Carolina at home in week 7?
I haven't looked that far. Sure. Boy, Carolina with this offensive line, man. Are you kidding?
And then two of the guys went down, down.
Yeah, Corbett and Hunt down. Torn biceps for Hunt, and then a torn MCL for Corbett. My God, that guy's had so many injuries.
So we're picking Miami to win at home against the Jets in week 4.
Yes.
Are we picking the Jets to beat the Panthers in week 7? The games in between, they're in Tampa, the game in Miami, home against the Cowboys, international against the Broncos, and then home against Carolina.
I think Carolina's that win for them.
Okay, so we'll give them the week 7 win in Carolina. So to quick recap the AFC. Oh no, playoff predictors just bumped out on me. Hold on. Recap the AFC. We have Kansas City winning in week 3. I have Houston winning in week 3. You have Houston winning in week 4. The Tennessee Titans, I have winning in week 5 against the Cardinals. You have winning in week 6 against the Raiders. The Browns, we have winning week 7 against the Dolphins. We have the Dolphins winning in week 4 against the Jets. And then we have the Jets winning in week 7 against the Panthers. Did I forget anybody?
Oh, I think you've perfectly tied a ribbon on that, and we can shift our attention to the is it 4 teams in the NFC?
The Giants,
Panthers, Saints, Bears.
Panthers, Saints, Bears. And what a perfect segue to go to the Carolina Panthers, who we just picked to lose to the New York Jets on the other side of the break.
So be sure to stick with us. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Love using FanDuel because it fits however I want to bet, whether that's spreads, over-unders, player props. You can build a same-game parlay or even jump in live as the action unfolds. It makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your favorite team or just want to keep an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the best way to add a little energy to your Sundays. Plus, you can get in there and see what profit boosts are available for you. I love to check those out. Usually a 30% profit boost on some type of event, maybe sometimes a 50% profit boost. So check it out. If you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
Fire up the band, Joe.
What you got?
The Cincinnati Bengals have a new quarterback.
Oh, this is new information for me. It's not Jake Browning?
No. Well, they've added a new quarterback.
Okay. This is. You know, I love these moments. They didn't trade for Kirk Cousins. I know that didn't happen.
Yeah, and I want to specify this is not a player that's going to start.
Ryan
They've just
Tannehill? Ryan Tannehill?
No, it's a good guess.
Somebody like that.
No.
Did they trade or sign somebody?
They signed somebody off a practice squad.
Oh.
I didn't mean to get your hopes up.
Who's that guy? Bailey Zappi?
No, that's not a bad guess. No.
Kyle Lauletta, what's he up to these days?
You're the most appalling 5th-round draft choice invested on a quarterback.
Oh, Sean Clifford.
Sean Clifford.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
New
Welcome to the
Cincinnati
team.
Bengals, Sean Clifford.
Let's go. It's like, who's that LSU quarterback? Just like Sean Clifford that was drafted by, I think, the Packers. Maybe I'm crossing them up.
Was it the Packers or did the Patriots?
It's the Patriots. What the heck was that guy's name? Like this guy had
I'll find it.
This guy had no business ever.
Talk to me about the Panthers and their schedule. What you see?
Carolina, go Carolina. They got the Falcons this coming week. Then they go to the Patriots, Dolphins at home, Dallas at home, at the Jets. We already predicted the Jets to win that game. Boy, Kyle.
Danny Etling.
Danny Etling. Thank you. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Boy, that guy can get drafted into the NFL. Anybody can, you know? There's a hope for everybody.
I hate the matchup in week 3.
Yeah. Falcons defense has got some life, right? I don't know about the offense, so can we be honest about Penix? I don't think he's played that well.
He hasn't.
Okay. All right.
We need to turn the possessions ending in 3 points and turn them into 6 or 7 points.
Yeah.
Or 8 points, right? Like we need more than 3 on some of these possessions.
What's your vibe on New England? You're a little more familiar. You saw that game in depth. Like, is this a beatable team?
Not going to beat themselves. A lot of if they're anticipating man, McDaniels is going to call his pick plays and get his best athletes, whether it's one of the shifty receivers or a back out of the backfield the ball. Drake May looks good. Drake May looks comfortable. Some good pocket awareness from him. Defensively, the defensive tackles, I'd like to think it's not just because they went against Jonas Savaiinai and Keon Smith, who's not a guard but playing guard. They got after it. Harold Landry looks awesome. You know who looks bad? You're going to be really disappointed to hear this name.
Who?
Robert Spillane.
Really?
He's missing every other tackle out on the field.
He's got to get comfortable. He's going to be okay.
I
won't lose any sleep if he doesn't, but
if you say so. I would be concerned. There's a chance Christian Gonzalez plays this week for New England. So he should be back. If that's the case, he should be back for week 4. The safeties and the linebackers is, I think, the area where you can get after New England defensively. Do I think Carolina's well equipped to do that? No. I don't think they'll beat the Patriots in New England.
Spillane has 8 missed tackles in 2 games. So it's a 53% missed tackle rate, Kyle. I've never seen anything like that.
No, I told you every other tackle attempt he has on the field, he's missed.
I thought you were being hyperbolic. You were not.
No, literally every other tackle attempt he's missed.
He has, 7 tackles and 8 misses.
Yes.
This is uncharacteristic, right? He missed 6% of tackles last year.
I mean, he just looks like the juggernaut from the X-Men movie. I'm just going to run straight and assume I'm going to knock you over. I'm not going to wrap up at all.
Wait, did you see, was it EJ Speed that hit on Tez Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay. We got to find a win for the Panthers. I've stalled as much as I can. Kyle, I'm struggling to find one. Maybe
Miami?
week 10 against the Saints.
Miami?
You think Miami?
I think Carolina can win that game.
I think it's a winnable game. The Jets are a winnable game. Saints are a winnable game.
I think Saints is the worst case scenario, but that one's at home for Carolina too.
Yeah.
You want to make it interesting. Now, man, you want to have an uncomfortable conversation about Bryce Young and Dave Canales if they start this year with 9 straight losses?
It's not out of the realm of possibilities, right?
Like, if I'm a Panthers fan, I'm hoping we get something figured out against the Patriots, and I'm hoping we stack some wins at home against the Dolphins, and we steal that one against the Cowboys at home, and you go upset the Jets. Like, they got to get some momentum. Like, this can get away from them if they don't win these 2 teams that we're talking about that we already gave wins to, or the Jets game, and then if we're talking about them not beating the Dolphins, like this could get dicey.
Are we overlooking the possibility that they beat the Falcons this weekend in Charlotte?
Yeah.
I don't think it's crazy to think that they win that game. I don't know if I'd predict it.
Defense.
Terrell's hurt. AJ Terrell's not available, right? He's hurt right now.
Defense does not look good. Bryce threw the ball 55 times against Arizona.
Played better late in the game, obviously.
Late in the game when they were down
27-3. I get it, Kyle.
Yeah.
I know there's context. Gosh, let's have this moment. I think Atlanta's a possibility.
I would go with week 5 or week 10.
See, to me, if they free fall here, if they lose the Falcons, Patriots, I mean, I think that could spiral. I think that could be week 10. I think they got to win this week. That's what the message has got to be. Let's take care of the Falcons, and then we got a chance here against Patriots and Dolphins to win 3 in a row. Maybe.
So you think they're going to win week 3?
I'm not ruling it out, Kyle. I'm not ruling it out. Put me down. Let me put me down for a Panthers dub this week. Let's be bold, man. Let's be bold.
So when we do pick them on Thursday, you're rolling with them?
Yeah, listen. We'll see what happens then. For today, I'm feeling this a little bit.
I will go week 5. I don't think they make it to week 10 without a win. I'll go week 5 against Miami.
All right.
That leaves the Saints, who they've been scrappy. 2-1 4 losses.
This is not the last team. We have the Bears as well, right?
The Giants.
Oh gosh, we have a lot more to do. Okay.
No,
all right.
we have the Saints, Bears, and Giants. That's it.
All right. Can we find a win for the Saints? You're going to tell me they play the Dolphins in week 13.
No, I think the Dolphins win that game. It's Miami's coming off the bye, and they're in Miami. I think Miami's going to win that game.
Saints.
Now they play the Carolina Panthers week 15. They played the New York Jets week 16. But also they've been scrappy.
Right, they've been competitive. They had the Giants in week 5. They got the Bears in week 7.
Right. You could tell me that the Saints have enough firepower up front to offset what New York's doing in the front 7 and potentially beat the Giants.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that game. It's at home as well.
Yeah.
I think they win in week 5.
Put me down for week 5. Put me down for week 5 for the Saints' first win as well.
Yeah, with you.
Now, you look at the schedule, I don't see more than 3 or 4 on here.
Which was our expectation. I think they've been more competitive than we thought already.
Right. Now, the bad news is they were 2-0 and more competitive than we thought last year. And then finished whatever they finished.
Well, let's hope that Kellen
Moore
same
standard for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it tails off like it did last year. The alarm bells are going off. But
yeah,
it doesn't work like that. We're just trying to keep it lighthearted. No Saints fans, please don't get mad at us. Ross Jackson, I'm sorry. Forgive me. The New York Giants. We've now picked the New York Giants to lose to 2 other 0-2 teams.
I know. We've hurt ourselves, Kyle.
Here's the bad news. The game in between the week 3 game, we picked them to lose to the Chiefs, and the week 5 game, we picked them to lose to the Saints, is the Chargers. They're not losing that one with how the Chargers are playing right now.
I don't think so, yeah.
The Giants play Thursday at home against the Eagles in week 6 is their next opportunity to win a game. Then they're in Denver with extra rest, but they're in Denver. And then they're in Philadelphia. And then they're home against the 49ers. And then they're in Chicago against the Bears. And then they're home against Green Bay. And then they're in Detroit.
This is I mean...
we may need to amend the Saints game.
We might need to, because if this is week 10, I mean, that's kind of where you look. Week 10 at Chicago is the win. I mean, Dayball can't be 0-9. That's it, right?
Right. And that was the worry when the schedule came out. It was like, hey, I think you've made some nice strides as a team, but this schedule is a murderer's row. And you let the Dallas game get away from you. You weren't overly competitive in week 1. Is there a chance we make a Jackson Dart switch somewhere in here and it breathes the life into the offense? I'll say this too. If Philly's going to play offensively what they've looked like the first 2 weeks, is there a reason why the Giants couldn't pull off a week 6 home on Thursday upset against the Eagles?
I mean, you'd like to think defensively they match up reasonably well.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a big question opposite of Quinyon for the Eagles on defense.
Right. If you can get Malik Neighbors some matchups on not Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
And Vic's going to play a lot of zone. He's not going to play a lot of man.
So this is where we find the Giants win as a short week against the Eagles.
Some of these teams are going to have to play spoiler, right?
Yeah.
And I can't in good faith sit here and pick the Giants to start 0-10. And then get down to out of the bye, they get Washington week 15. The other thing we could do is we could switch the Saints in week 5 and then reassess the Saints. We've got about 2 minutes. And we need to do the Bears as well. I'm going to formally vote to change the Giants. Saints.
All right. I think that's what we have to do. I'm not going to predict them to beat the Eagles.
Okay. So let's come back to the Saints last because we already did some of that conversation. The Bears, home against the Cowboys. In Las Vegas, bye. The Bears then get the Saints week 7 in Chicago. I think that's the floor.
Yeah, I think they'll probably win that game in Vegas. I feel like that's certainly a winnable game.
I think they win this week at home against Dallas too.
You do? You think they're 2-2 going into the bye?
I didn't say they were going to beat the Raiders.
Oh.
I think they're going to beat the Cowboys. I think they're going to win one game before the bye in week 5. I don't think they're going to be a deep into the year team.
Why do you think Dallas?
It's gut.
Yeah?
It's gut.
I'll go Raiders week 4.
Okay. So we're going to go Raiders week 4 for Joe, Kyle's week 3 for Cowboys. And then that brings us back to the Saints.
So you got to find a different win for the Saints.
Yeah. Home against New England week 6. Well, we really cut our nose off to spite our face here.
Right.
I think we've just made the Saints the last winless team in football.
Have we dismissed at Chicago? Week 7?
I think that's a possibility. But that also would mean we've picked every winless team to win a game by week 7.
And that's unlikely?
I think you could at least say we could see one team getting late into the year.
Carolina week 10?
Possibility. I think outside chance against New England week 6. Big outside chance in Chicago week 7. Decent chance week 10 against the Panthers.
That's where I'll in. Panthers week 10.
Okay. You can put me down there as well. That's going to do it for us, Locked on NFL Scouting. We just picked where every winless team is going to win their first game. So you know now, officially per our show, how long you're going to have to wait for that first check into Club Dub this season for those 10 fan bases. The other side of the coin tomorrow on the show. Who will be the last team standing from a undefeated standpoint? When will that loss come? Will one come? We'll explore all of that tomorrow. Hope you guys come back and see us again. I'm Kyle Crabbs. He's Joe Marino.